Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about full synthetics, regular oil, and 100% synthetic oils. And did you guys know that full synthetic or synthetic motor oils are not really synthetics at all? And I'm going to be talking about, and I'll tell you why they're not synthetics. So this has full synthetic on it name. Is how much is it different comparing to this just a regular performance motor oil? Is there a difference? Well, the difference, and then you have 100% synthetic oil. You see, guys? So what's the difference between 100% full synthetic? Well, I'm going to be focusing more on full synthetics because there is only a few companies that make 100% synthetic oil, and we'll talk about them later. So what's the difference between regular performance motor oil, non-synthetic, versus full synthetic? Well, here is the thing. First of all, the full synthetic, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a history. Why companies using full synthetic and as their name to label their oil, and others using 100% synthetic. So, is there a difference? Well, as an example, and this is for educational purposes only. I'm not trying to convince anyone or convey into one brand or other brand. Well, for example, this is mobil, clean 5,000, good for 5,000 miles. This is advanced full synthetic, mobil. Well, this advanced full synthetic oil cost what, 3 times as much as this oil? Is it better 3 times? Does it provide 3 times better protection for your engine? Does it provide better wear protection? Does it provide better fuel economy 3 times better? Well, in reality, we all know it's not. You pay in 3 times the price for something that is not synthetic. Yes, that's right, and I will show you the difference. And you have 5,000 miles. So you can get 5,000 miles from this. You can get 5,000 miles from this. So what is it? Why should I be paying, or you paying 3 times the cost for something that is really worth the money? Let me start with the history. Back in 1990s, there were 2 companies. One company I'm going to use the company C and the company M. Company M, back in the 1990s, companies were not to use term full synthetic to label as a regular oil. What do I mean as a regular oil? Let me show you a little bit details. Here is the thing. Here is how the oils are categorized. Base oils. You see right there? There is a different groups. Group 1, 2, and 3. In 1990s, Company C decided to use, there is a group 4, which is 100% base stock. And what's the base stock? These are the base oils, how all the oils created. Let me show you. So that's how the oil is created. You start with a base oil. A base oil that comes from the crude oil, and it's categorized into different categories based on how it's been refined. So you start with a base oil plus additives that equals into regular oil or full synthetic oil that companies using the term. Then you have a synthetic base oil that you start with. Synthetic meaning it does not come from the crude oil. It's a different category. And what I mean by different category, right here. Here is what the difference. Different categories. Category 4 is when the company is using or labeling their oil as 100% synthetic. This is what I found as because category 4 is synthetic. Real 100% synthetic. Category 3 is being used or labeled as synthetic. And why they're using as synthetic? Because back in 90s, a company C, well, maybe before I even go any further, difference between category group 1, 2, and 3 is these oils, base oils, come from crude oil. It's basically how it's refined. You know, group 1, group 2, group 3. You see, look at the difference in numbers. First column, third column, and fourth column, there is not much of a difference. The group 3 is better than group 2, but it's not like it's double or triple better. So companies and the cost. Group 3 costs less than group 4 by there's a big difference. It's like 1/3 or maybe 1/4 of the cost of group 4. And so to save the money, instead of using group 4 in their synthetics, back in 1990s, a company C decided to switch to group 3. At that time, there were like API, all others, American Petroleum Institute, all other those organizations trying to come up with the differences, how to differentiate between synthetics and non-synthetics. And at that time, company C chose group 3 to use as the base oil. You see right there, base oil. That's how how's the oil created. Either you start with the base oil, group 1, 2, and 3, plus additives, make some more oil, or that's when it became a full synthetic oil. Or use a synthetic base oil plus additives and makes 100% synthetic oil. So that's the difference. So this company C, back in 90s, instead of using group 4, they were using group 4, company C. But because of the cost, they switched to group 3, but they still kept a label on their bottle as a synthetic oil. Company M went after their oil, tested, and said, well, look, wait. You used to use group 4, now there is 0% of ingredients in your oil of group 3. And they're using group, or 0% of group 4. Now they're using group 3 and labeling it as a synthetic. So there was a lawsuit between company M company M took it to the court, company C, but they lost the battle because company C claimed that group 3 is highly refined oil and it is okay to label it as synthetic. But in reality, it's not. It comes from the ground. It's still crude oil. It's just highly refined. For example, it's taken the water. No matter how many times you purify the water, it's still water. And if you use the water to create, let's say, beer, right? So because one company uses 100% purified, another company is 90% purified, it doesn't make the beer a synthetic beer one, another one just a regular beer. No, it's still the beer, you know, or any other drinks. So same thing with the companies. They argued and they lost. Company M lost the case, and after that, companies start switching to group 3. It's cheaper, and now it's considered as a synthetic base oil. In reality, it's not. You see, guys, it's not a synthetic. And there's a lot of information. I will show you a few websites where you can actually learn why. And as a proof, here's more details, between group 3 and group 4. Why group 4, it costs more, but definitely if you use group 4 as a base oil to create an oil, it's definitely a better option. So, and that little detail that I show you, that's why they're called full synthetic. Full synthetic is because they're using a base oil, group 3, that it's been labeled since 1999, or been accepted since 1999, I should say, as a synthetic base oil. In reality, it's not synthetic. As you guys know, synthetic is something that's created by men, not that comes from the ground. And some companies are more transparent than others in terms of being honest as to what they're using in their oils. So let's take a look. Here is more information that you guys can read on your spare time. So if you search for that, use of group 3 base stock in synthetic oils, on second page, using Google, on the second page, there is this company, provides a lot of details right there. There's lots of details about why and the history. Just remember. Then there's another company that provides details. Machinery lubrication, very good website. It has all kind of details. And if you type the PAO, in their search engine, you get the results. So let me hit search. And then if you click on this performance of base oils and future trends, there is all kind of details. And actually it says that I'm going to read it straight from their website. Better Business allowed lubricants made with Group 3 oils to be labeled synthetic. Well, if it's labeled synthetic, now companies can use Group 3 instead of Group 4, which is cost more, and label synthetic. And most people don't know that they're buying a full synthetic oil, but in reality it's not synthetic. It just has a name that it's synthetic. In reality it's a little bit better than a regular oil. Oh, and the castrol. Yes, here is what I found. I was looking for castrol. MSDS. Look at that. Safety data sheets. They have all kind of information. If you read and you basically dig into deeper, you can tell that they're not using synthetic ingredients, as a base oil. They could be using mixing with synthetic. Right there, all those ingredients name synthetics base stock, and they call it synthetic, but look at the ingredients name: base oil, highly refined, base oil, high refined, and the last one, those are the first line are the additives, and look at this other stuff, petroleum. So they are using, they calling it castrol and full synthetic, but in reality, it's not. Companies are allowed to take Group 3 and call it synthetic now. And you as a consumer thinking you are getting a synthetic motor oil, that in reality it's not synthetic. It has some, basically it should be probably called like a semi-synthetic or synthetic blend, but it's going to be hard to, they will not justify because they're allowed to use group 3, that it's called, has a name to it, you know what I mean. It's not synthetic, because synthetic, I'm going to show you again, synthetic is group 4. That's a synthetic 100% polar alpha olefin, if I'm pronouncing properly. And group 3 is just comes from the crude mineral oil. What about 100% synthetic oils? Well, there's only a few companies that I can think of. There might be more. Here is the company, it's called European company Motul. They're 100% synthetic oil, and there are more. I think I've seen somewhere on their website that they're using, actually, yes, they're calling 100% synthetic, and they're using, I've seen somewhere on their website what ingredient they're using. And another company is AMSOIL, their signature oil, 100% synthetic oil. Even AMSOIL oil is they have 3 tiers, 3 different types of oils. The first one on the right is just a synthetic oil. Second one is a synthetic oil, and the third one they call it 100% synthetic oil, and it's based on 100%. Or what I found is they're using a base oil as a synthetic base oil, basically. And a little bit more information. I don't want to make this video too long. So basically, companies that claim their oil is full synthetic, in reality, it's a group 3. And as you can see, none of them using or claiming, according to their documentation online, that it's group 4. They're using a base oil. They're not, they're not saying it's a synthetic base oil. It's just a base oil. There is few companies like AMSOIL and motul, if I'm pronouncing correctly, using 100%. They're labeling 100% synthetic. And my personal opinion, the reason why they're not labeling 100%, only full synthetic, is just because they're afraid of the lawsuits. If you label something 100%, they better justify. Just like in 1990s, a company that labeled full synthetic using a group 3, and company M went after it, but they lost the lawsuit because they claimed that group 3 can be used, and after that it was allowed to call group 3 a synthetic, but it's not. If you want to know what synthetic is, the word synthetic is something you create in a lab. It's man-made, and crude oil or natural gas, it comes from the ground, so it's not synthetic product. No matter how much you refine, it's still, it's like a water. No matter how much you purify it, you don't call it synthetic water because you purify it, because you refined it, make it pure as possible. It's still water. It's still crude oil, still group 3 category, And another thing that I want to mention, I personally believe that there is a reason why there is so many cars today on the road, and they have all those carbon buildup problems, BMW, Ford with direct injection, Volkswagen, Audi, But what oil are they using? They're using full synthetics. They're not using 100% synthetics. And I personally believe, that's personally my opinion, of course, I wasn't able to find anything out there online that said that anyone to say I used from day one high quality 100% synthetic oil, and I still had carbon buildup. I think if companies, or not companies, individuals would switch to 100% synthetic oils, they cost more, because group 4 base oil, synthetic base oil, costs more than group 3, a lot more. That's why companies that create synthetic oils 100%, they have to charge premium price, because you get in a premium product, I believe. And if those individuals would use 100% synthetic oils, I personally believe they would not have the carbon buildup. Because with a synthetic oil, full synthetic oil, that oil gets hot, and it still came from the crude, crude oil from ground. It's not 100% purified. It still has impurities, and you will have carbon buildup, no matter what. And if you like my videos, subscribe. There will be another video. I'm going to be coming up with the best oil, or not best oil, the protection. What is the best oil for the engine protection? I will show you the differences, and it's up to individuals. You know what I mean? Some companies like Mobil, others valvoline, pennzoil. Some like, not companies, individual AMSOIL. You know what I like personally. I would not pay a premium price for a product that it's full synthetic is better than regular oil. But is it, how much is it better? Did you guys know that companies that make synthetic and non-synthetic oils, they never show the comparison? There isn't anything out there. I could not find anything that showed how much full synthetic is better than a regular motor oil. And you know why? Because it comes from the group 3. And group 3 and group 2, there's very little difference. And if you, as a smart consumer, realize that there is very little difference, then why should I be paying for full synthetic, that triple price, that does not provide me triple protection for the engine? You know what I mean? 100% synthetics, they're better, you know, but there's a cost and personal preference. Another thing that's worth mentioning, leave comments below what you think about my video. If you want to see links to the where I got information, or maybe you have a personal experience, you know what I mean, maybe with either of them. And there is people that have been using full synthetics with, you know, they like it. And it's again, it's up to the personal preference what you want to use. And like I said earlier, the purpose of this video is to educate you, to let you know that it's not synthetic as companies claim. And they claim because, I'm going to repeat myself many times, they claim because in 1990s, companies, someone allowed to use group 3 as synthetic, labeled as synthetic. But in reality, as you guys can see, it's not. So enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comments what you think. Maybe you have a link to something that I wasn't able to find, you know what I mean, about synthetics, full synthetics, or anything, you know what I mean, or 100% synthetic oils. And I'm not saying they're bad oils, they cost more, but do they provide a better protection than regular oils? Of course. Thank you.